Hello, and my name is Yuri Zun, and this is Aviapages. Today we are in LaudaMotion office in Vienna and have a unique opportunity to have conversation with Mr. Niki Lauda. Mr. Lauda, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you very much for having the time in your schedule to join us today. Mr. Lauda, the first question I would like to ask, maybe with the most recent news, you are buying back Niki Airlines, and could you advise us, please, why and what are the plans for its development?
So first of all, I'm always faced with competition. This was all my life in racing and in all my business cases. I think competition is good because then everybody gets better. And when Lufthansa wanted to buy more or less all the airlines in Austria, there was no more competition. So I thought about it, and therefore I was trying to get Niki back, which I had for 11 years. And twice I failed because they did a very good job. And then in the third attempt, I made it. So what I'd like to do is keep the competition going in Austria, different airlines fighting each other. For the passengers, the prices go down, and come up with a new, very good product. This is the plan.
I know that was probably very tough competition because it was not only Lufthansa but also AIG to try to beat in this competition. Today we are in the office of your business jet operators, LaudaMotion, and could you advise, please, what it offers to the market and why the customer should choose this operator in the business aviation?
So first of all, I think you have to come up with an operation which is transparent for the customers. Safety is my number one priority. And you have to keep the airplanes in perfect condition for the owners. So I think this is what we're trying to do. I'm satisfied in the moment how it works. And at the same time, if you don't use your airplane all the way yourself, we will charter it out for you. So it's the best combination to keep you happy with your airplane, charter the plane out when it's on the ground, and make the whole business work.
Will you offer some synergy product to the market between just the Niki you acquire now and LaudaMotion?
No, there's in the moment not the plan, because we are so busy to get these 15 Airbuses in 6 weeks up in the air flying, which is not an easy target. But certainly if there are customers, and we will have a lot of customers flying with LaudaMotion Airbus operation, if there are customers, certainly we're going to link them to LaudaMotion Executive Division, and then we have the direct link if they need an airplane. If there's a delay, maybe they need an airline, but I try to avoid the delay.
To have the upgrade of this overbooking. During the conversation and preparation of this interview, we mentioned with one of our partner that we're going to have interview with you, and he has a question for you. How you succeed to sell both airlines with the profit? What is the key for the success you can advise?
First of all, you have to build up a product which is liked. A lot of people use it. You have to make a profit. And then if you don't make a profit, you cannot sell it. So if you make a profit, then if somebody wants to buy it, you have to multiply your profit. This is the normal way, and then you can sell it.
I think it's a good advice to all our viewers how to make a business. Mr. Lauda, do you remember when for the first time you flew business jet and what the feelings you had at that moment?
I started to fly many years ago, I don't know, 70s, 80s, around the 80s, and the reason was that for my racing things, it was in my racing life, my life got much easier when I could fly myself in and out to the races. Instead of using schedule, you could do more timing. And so I got involved in this aviation business. I always try to find the right place, right plane for myself. And to make a long story short, today I fly a Bombardier Global 6000, which for me is the best airplane in this region. And I can tell you, in the middle of March, I have to go to Australia for the first race, and they're going to use this plane. So we will have one stop and then go to Australia, stay there for 3 days, and then come back. So I use it more or less every day whenever it's needed.
Wow. And the maximum range of the Global 6000, it's about 14 hours, if I'm not mistaken.
13 hours 50, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And do you have in your aircraft some special design or special equipment that was tailor-made for you?
Yeah, I have a guy I know since many years, and he did all the Lauda Air and Niki Airplanes as a designer. And what I try to do is find a design which most of the people like. Because if I use it and I want to sell it, I need to have something other people like too. Because some designs are very strange, and only some people like it, and then it's difficult to find somebody else who likes it. So what I try to find the right compromise between what I like and what other people might like.
Will you upgrade with the time to the maybe new generation 7000?
I have a 7000 on order, which would come next year, and the program is going very well. So it had a delay in the beginning, but now it seems to work. They start delivering the first airplanes, I think, by the end of this year.
And Mr. Lauda, now moving for the short, maybe some personal questions. What is your favorite city?
Our city, I like a lot of cities because I'm traveling all my life. But I live in Vienna, which is my home base, more or less. I like London, Paris, Barcelona is one of my favorites, I have to say.
Which country, city or place you will visit in the nearest future?
When the races start going, I will be starting in Australia, China, Bahrain, more or less all around the world, and on other businesses, more or less in Europe.
Oh, I see. How many hours on average per month you're flying on your aircraft?
Per year, 500 hours. Wow. Per year.
Oh, that's a lot. What is your favorite kitchen or dish when you're flying on business jet?
Wiener Schnitzel with potatoes. This is what I like.
And what is your favorite car?
Car is a Mercedes, certainly. I have a C-Class AMG car, which is a small car, which I like very much.
And apart of the cars and aviation, do you have any other passion?
No, I mean, car and aviation is enough for me. And what I try to do is, if I ever get a new idea or develop an idea, I think about it and try to do it properly. This is my way of living.
I see. Another question I would like to ask, coming from the present days to the future, what do you think about the industry of business aviation, how it will be developed, and what do you think in particular about supersonic flights?
So, first of all, business aviation had let's say, a difficult time over the last 2 or 3 years because some markets went away, the Chinese market, the Russian market, dropped, but now it's getting back in order again, and the sales are going up, and the business starts to accumulate in America anyway, because they're all flying there all the time, and the rest of the world is picking up. The planes are the Gulfstreams and Bombardier are the top level of these airplanes, and I know that there are 2 or 3 programs for supersonic flights, which I think I would like to fly supersonic. There's no question about it. But I think it will take a while to find the right compromise between speed and range. Yeah? And if this is established, I would like to fly one. There's no question.
Okay. Maybe also there is a point of regulations for this supersonic boom, probably that also has to be settled. Talking about the speeds and limits, have you ever thought to fly into the space or maybe to the move to this business like Mr. Musk does?
No, not really. I like to stay on the ground. But if the opportunity comes up, I would certainly try it. But I think the space business is in the moment still far away. I mean, to make all these rockets or whatever you want to use for, and then to make a business case out of it, I think is still challenging.
Mr. Lauda, we would like to thank you for this opportunity to have this interview. Very appreciate your time. We would like to thank you also to all your great team from LaudaMotion for the cooperation with us. We also appreciate in cooperation between Aviapages and LaudaMotion, which is already lasting for the 2nd year. And would like to have this opportunity to invite you and your team to join our events in Moscow and in London this autumn. And wishing you a lot of success in all your things. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And now we have some surprise also to our viewers. We have the tailor-made book and cap signed by Mr. Lauda, and this will be received by most active viewers. Stay tuned, and wishing you a lot of success. So this is the items. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Lauda. It was our pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you.